we welcome the participation of the permanent representative of Somalia, Abdijalilosman, in this meeting. We have been closely following developments in the Federal Republic of Somalia. We note the overall positive momentum in the Somalis' realization of their national priorities. This applies to both the consolidation of internal political stability as well as to issues of national reconciliation and state building. A positive factor was the series of successful offensive operations carried out in the regions by the Somali National Army with the support of ATMIS against the terror group Al-Shabaab, which remains the main threat to the security architecture of the country and the entire Horn of Africa region. Yet, the Islamists have still been able to exploit the vacuum that emerged in some areas after the departure of AU peacekeepers. Of particular concern is the persistent capacity of the militants, who have no problems with funding, are attracting recruits among youth, and enjoy the support of the local population. Al-Shabaab's forays into neighboring Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda confirm the regional nature of terrorist threats, which require collective action by neighboring countries. In the political realm, the top priorities continue to be strengthening the foundations of Somalia's federative structure, establishing dialogue between the federal center and the regions, economic and judicial reform, combating corruption, and amending the national constitution. We welcome the agreement reached between the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Mohamud, and the leaders of the Somali regions regarding a unified electoral timetable. We trust that all stakeholders in the national political process will continue working together to establish a sustainable federal model. At the same time, we invariably believe in the need to ensure the territorial integrity and unity of Somalia. The priority of the international community with regard to Somalia should continue to be helping improve the effectiveness of federal security agencies so that they can effectively exercise independent control over the entire territory of the country. In that regard, it is necessary to assure an orderly and unhasty withdrawal of the African Union Transition Mission in accordance with the previously agreed plan. We trust in the cohesive work of the entire UN presence in the country, including the United Nations Assistance Mission in Somalia and the United Nations Support Office in Somalia. In the context of the major flooding and the El Nino hurricane at the end of last year, Somalia's food security is equally important. In order to help overcome the devastating consequences caused by natural disasters, Russia has provided humanitarian assistance to this friendly East African country by donating 50,000 tons of grain. Madam President, we have been closely following developments in the region where we see protracted conflicts and an increase in new disagreements. We call on all parties and countries in the region to seek for common, mutually beneficial points, dialogue, and taking regional decisions on the basis of the principle of African solutions to African problems, and removing disagreements that emerge through negotiations in line with international law and without external interference. Madam President, to conclude, we'd like to note that Somalia, together with the help of the international community, has been able to achieve important results. However, many challenges remain, and they will need to be addressed. We consistently support the official efforts of Mogadishu to stabilize the domestic political situation. In this regard, we call on the UN, regional, and international partners to continue assisting Somalia while strictly complying with the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence of that country. Thank you for your attention.